Definitely.
I can see that coming.
Let's see that silence the crowd, right? Shut them up.
Put the fall guy in.
It does seem that as you guys went along, you slowly but surely took the crowd out of the game over there, and that was well. If you're a Flower Bluff fan, that was nice, because eventually it got to be not just a.
We were definitely outnumbered down there. They filled up their half of the stands, and then half of our half, and then I think we had maybe a quarter of our half filled up. So, they definitely had us outnumbered. The few fans we had there were pretty boisterous themselves.
My mom and dad.
I wouldn't even mention that, but we've got some that are pretty good at cheering us on, and they did their part. And we had hoped to take their crowd out of the game early. Unfortunately, we didn't do that, and they were kind of, like I said, feeding off of their crowd and got their crowd even more involved, and it kind of kept them in the game in the first half. But we were able to open it up a little in the second half, and it did get pretty quiet in there.
Except for when they yell at the referee.
Yeah.
Boy, the poor referees took a beating on that one too, which I thought was kind of surprising. It seemed to me that they called a fairly straight game then, right?
All right.
That is a great strategy there.
That is.
Yeah.
So the boys are going to be playing. Alex, you want to tell us about that?
Sure, I'll tell you.
About Sam Houston?
Actually, I think Alex is getting to tell us this because this is part of the big quiz, right?
This is part of the quiz. We're finding out if Alex has been paying attention to what I've been telling him in practice today.
I'm going to whip out my notes real quick. Okay.
I can see you doing that underneath the basket trying to get a rebound going. Now, wait a minute. Let me see here. I got my notes here.
That's what I'm going to do for next year and the year after that. All right, they have a 6 foot, 6'1", and 6'2", and those are their guards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have a 6'5" guy who's he can shoot from the outside and he can drive and post up. He's supposed to be real good. And they have a 6'9" guy who just blocks everything. He's not real great on offense, but on defense and on the presses he'll just stay back and just block people.
6'9"?
6'9", yeah.
They'll be the tallest team and the most athletic team we've played all year.
Didn't you hear there's another 6'9" guy too?
One of the coaches told me they had another 6'8" or 6'9" guy. Another coach said they don't remember a 6'8" or 6'9" guy. So there's rumors that they do and rumors that.
Yep, they're going to change their mind and do Ubaldo Garcia will jump it off against Rick Petty. And, boy, he's tall for a sophomore. Although Rick, I think, has him by a couple of inches.
He's 6'2".
Trip is controlled by the Gladiators, and this game is underway. Bringing the ball up for Roma is Robert Rangel. Goes over to the right side, guarded by Travis Adams. Pass underneath. Shot is up and missed. Rebound by Roma is up and no good. Rebound by Delane Young, but he lost it. Rick Petty pulls it down, and we've got a foul. That foul's going to go against Rick Petty, I believe, of Flower Bluff, and Roma will inbound the ball.
Well, that's pretty tough action under the board.
Sure is. We'll see if we get an official call on that. Looks like we're not going to. Didn't know if we were going to get fouls on the scoreboard tonight or not.
Like we are.
Ball comes in. Long shot from outside is no good. Rebound by Rick Petty. He drops it off to Delane Young. He gets it up to Nate Nolan, and here come the Hornets. 7:34. Still scoreless in the first quarter. Gets it back outside to Travis Adams, way ahead on the left. Over to Nate Nolan, who brings it around. Big
By the way, they did put that foul up there finally.
Oh, they finally did. That is very good. Over to John Blaylock. He's guarded tightly out to Nate Nolan. Nate Nolan drives the basket, loses it, and that's a turnover. Roma will...
Tough-looking defense Roma's putting up.
Sure is. Octavio Cantu brings it up. Over to the right side. Driving the basket, that's Valentino Carrillo. Now over to Ubaldo Garcia. Out front to Robert Rangel. He drives underneath. Nice pass. Shot is up and good by Roma, and it's 2-0. The Gladiators on top. So Roma does have doing some pretty nice defensive work so far. 6:45 left to go. Hornets down by a pair, 2-0. Travis from way outside misses it. Rebound by Roma. That's Danny Rios pulls it down, and here come the Gladiators again. Robert Rangel guarded by Travis Adams, who steals it. Travis drives the basket and has it knocked away, but we're going to get a foul called against Robert Rangel of Roma, and that's probably should be a two-shot shooting foul, I would imagine, although they may say that Travis wasn't actually trying to put it up yet.
I don't know how they're going to rule that. Looks like they're going to get the shot. No. No.
No, there, yes, okay. They're going to say that Travis did not in the act, so Flower Bluff will inbound the ball. Long pass goes to Travis, who almost stepped on the line but did not.
He was all right.
Everybody on this side points at his feet, and the referee looks right at him and shakes his head no. Rick Petty from the free throw line. 2
All
points.
right.
2-2.
Good shot by Rick.
Flower
Good
Bluff
football.
having a little bit of trouble moving here, but still got it knotted up at 2. Last couple trips down the floor have been a little ugly. You figure that that'll probably loosen up a little bit. Roma in danger of a back foot violation, but gets over there. And Flower Bluff now kind of keeping the defense moving. Knocked underneath. Stolen by Delane Young.
He picked off a bounce pass there.
Right, gets it out to Nate Nolan, and here come the Hornets. Nate brings it up, gets it over to Travis outside. Travis back out to Nate Nolan, about 4 feet beyond the key to Travis Adams over on the far right side. He drives underneath, gets a pick from Rick Petty, dishes it out
under the basket. He's sitting there ready for something.
Shot for Nate Nolan is no good. Rebound by Rick Petty. Boy, did he take that down. He's hammered. The shot is no good. Rick Petty will go to the line and shoot a pair.
See, that foul will be again. I'm thinking Danny Rios, but I'm not sure.
I think you're probably right there. Flower Bluff doing a nice job of being a little patient, and you are correct. Being patient, working the offense, and that's probably the way to deal with this.
Rick Petty will go to the line.
First shot is up. He nails it. 3-2. Flower Bluff is up on top. Yeah, that's it. We got the lead. Let's go home.
We're so easy.
A lot more basketball to go. Rick's second shot is no good. Rebound by Nate Nolan, and Flower Bluff will set it up.
Blaylock moving
Nate.
down inside.
Bounce pass to Travis Adams. Travis looking for somebody to get it to. Gets it over to Rick Petty underneath. Nice play. He just lays it up and in.
Did they set that up? That was beautiful.
That's right. It's 5-2. Flower Bluff doing a nice job. Roma wanted to run. They had a man break into the basket, and Flower Bluff got somebody back in a hurry and stopped it up. So they're slowing Roma down here. 5 minutes left to go now. Stolen by Delane Young. He dishes it off to Nate Nolan. Nate Nolan puts it up.
It gets back out of his hand.
Lost it, and it's going to be out of bounds. Roma will inbound the ball. 4:58 left to go. Flower Bluff up by 3, 5-2.
Roma calls a timeout.
That's exactly right. They're going to take a timeout. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Flower Bluff Hornet Basketball on Palms Radio.
Quick Key Locksmith, bringing you quality lock work at reasonable prices. Call 851-1985. Specializing in real estate, re-keys, and commercial lock work. Also doing safes. It's Quick Key Locksmiths. Call them today, 851-1985. That's 851-1985. Saying go Hornets from Quick Key Locksmiths.
So, what was originally a 60-second timeout turned into a 20-second timeout. And Roma inbounds the ball. In it comes, and up the floor they go. Getting it back and forth. Flower Bluff trying to stretch out the defense a little bit, see if they can give Roma a little bit of trouble. So far, Roma's trying to get it underneath. They've been having some trouble. Shot is up and no good. Rebound by Delane Young again.
Octavio can shoot, throwing up that brick.
Brick, nice guy. It's more like an air ball. It wasn't an air ball, but it just hit the net and ran down the front. Did not get to the rim. Travis drives the basket, puts it up, and they're going to call traveling.
He slid about 3 feet.
Yeah, well, that was one of those things where Travis dribbled up and stopped and put his foot down to stop, but his foot slipped.
He just put the brake drag out.
Had a slippery floor. 4:26 left to go. Hornets still by 3, 5-2. Roma with a break to the basket ran into Rick Petty. Dishes it off. They try to get it underneath. It comes back, and that shot is up and good.
That was a
Ubaldo Garcia there.
That was a tough shot he made there.
Sure was. Roma looks like they like to work inside. Flower Bluff, lots of hands and feet in there and making their life miserable to do that. Travis with it outside underneath to Delane Young from 4 feet.
All
puts
right.
it in. And it's 7-4. So here comes Roma. The Gladiators bring the ball up. And Flower Bluff really stretching out the defense. I guess they're figuring they're going to get burned a couple times so they do something with it. In and out.
Boy,
literally.
He was robbed.
That was clear all the way down into the bottom of the basket, and he came back out.
That was Luis Carrillo. He got robbed.
Ball's out of bounds on Flower Bluff. They'll inbound the ball. That's Luis Carrillo. Will do the honors for Roma. Gets it in, and it's knocked away. John Blaylock comes up with it. Speaking to Nate Nolan, going to the basket. It's good. And it's 9-4.
Coast to coast by Nate Nolan.
That's right. And it's getting a little quieter in here. Oh, terrible shot by Roma. Just went set. But follow-up is up and good by Danny Rios, and it's 9-6. Here comes Travis. Travis wanted to go for three and got tied up to Rick Fetty from 8 feet. It's good.
Oh, man, Rick has got a hot hand
And
tonight.
it's 11-6. Flower Bluff just answering back.
7 points for Rick so far.
So, Roma having a little bit of trouble moving against the Flower Bluff defense. Boy, they got a nice
Ball's
coast-to-coast
loose,
move
that
there.
ball,
But,
yep.
and we've got a traveling call. It's Flower Bluff just kicking some hands out there and knocking that ball loose, and eventually he was running and not bouncing.
11-6, score 3:03 in the first quarter.
So, John Blaylock gets it in, and we're going to get a foul, I do believe. Pushing off against Roma. That's it.
Against Luis Frio.
That'll be his first and the team's first. Nate Nolan drives down, gets a nice pick, and he's slaughtered. No call there. They're going to call that a clean block. That's hard to believe. Coming back the other way is Roma going coast to coast. Shot is up, in and out.
Good.
Rebound by Delane Young, who pulls it down, and he almost travels with it, but does a nice job to not.
Boy,
Here
that
come the Hornets. Boy, this is fast and furious. Travis to Delane underneath.
Whoa.
It's in. It's 13-6.
All right.
Flower Bluff all over this, and it
Octavio Cantu was the victim of another one of those balls that popped out.
sure was. Got a little quieter in here, hadn't it?
Yes.
2:26 left to go in the first quarter. Hornets up by 7, 13-6.
And
Picked
Travis
off by Travis. He goes in, and he blows the
a
shot.
finger
Rebound
roll.
by
It
Nate
won't
Nolan.
go.
And we're going to get a foul called against Nate Nolan, pushing off, I believe. That's a tough break.
That was
Flower
bad.
Bluff has had a couple of those tonight, and you hate to see those early. But nonetheless, that foul's going to go against.
They haven't posted it
They
yet.
haven't posted. Yeah, there's Nate Nolan. That'll be his first and the team's third. 2:18 left to go. And here come the Gladiators. So, nice guy is fast.
He sure is.
Stayed underneath. That shot's up and it's good. Nice play there by Octavio Cantu Jr. He just plowed on through and made it work. Back to Delane Young. Back over to Nate Nolan. Nate dribbles around 4 people. Puts up from outside. It's no good. Rebound by John Blaylock.
He's fouled.
And they're going to call a foul there against, I believe, Oscar Franco. They got some funky typeface on the numbers on the back of these jerseys for Roma.
Isaac Gonzalez is getting the foul.
Is it?
Or don't know. Wait a minute. Oscar Franco, you're right. Well, did
I
Isaac
thought I had
Gonzalez? Oh, that was Nate Nolan had the number 10
Yeah.
a while ago. That's right.
So, Rick Fetty puts up a shot. It was not a very good shot. It did not go. We're going to get a foul on Travis
Yep.
in the backcourt. And they will inbound the ball. 14 fouls for Roma, 3 for Flower Bluff. Minute 51 left to go. Hornets up by 5, 13-8. And here comes Roma. Bringing the ball up is Octavio Cantu. Dishes it over to Luis Carrillo. Back to Octavio Cantu, far side. And, boy, they've got a guy streaking the basket, blocked by Rick Fetty.
And I'll tell you what, we've been getting some blocks tonight here.
That's exactly right. Crowd wants traveling on Rick Fetty. They're not going to get it.
On Nate Nolan.
Oh, and Delane Young was just, man, he was clunged into a couple of times. They've got a guy going to the basket at the other end. It's up and in.
That was Robert Rangel making that basket.
13-10. Flower Bluff pushing a little hard here. Travis drives the basket, puts it up. Whoa, it goes in. 3 times it rolled around before it drops through, and it's
Like Mystery Theater.
15-10. So, here comes the Gladiators coming up the floor. Nate Nolan almost fouled. These guys like to drive the hoop, don't they? Delane Young pulls it down.
Delane's
He's on the
down.
floor. And we're going to get a traveling call on Delane Young. No, we're going to get a
Oh,
foul.
it's got to be a foul. Only travel he did was falling on the way to the ground. Oh, yeah.
And the crowd is not happy with that one.
The crowd doesn't like it, but that definitely was a foul.
Sure looked like it.
Oh, yeah.
That one will go against Danny Rios, his second, and the team's 5th. So,
They're mounting up here.
there's 51.54 seconds left to go. Coming into the game for Roma will be the unknown player. No, I'm sorry.
Ubaldo Garcia.
Ubaldo Garcia, and coming out will be, I would assume, Danny Rios. So, Nate Nolan brings the ball up the floor for the Hornets.
Cox with seconds to click it away in the first quarter.
45 seconds left to go. The Shannon defense comes up for Roma. Travis drives underneath, and they're going to say it's out of bounds off of Roma.
I would say we were lucky to get away with a traveling right there.
Well, yeah, that could have gone either way, I guess. John Blaylock into Delane Young. Delane Young puts it up, and it won't go. Rebound, and that's going to go off of Roma. And the crowd is all over the officials in this one, and it really looks like it's being called pretty reasonably to
I
me.
think so. Too.
Way outside to Nate Nolan. Nate Nolan pulls it down, gets it to Travis. Travis driving underneath. He puts up a shot, and they're going to get traveling.
Yeah. I think that was a good call, too.
Travis says, but I didn't move my foot. It sure looked like traveling, but I wasn't watching his feet.
I think it was a good call.
I was going to say, he's convinced it was. The referee's convinced it was. That's the only one that matters.
Oh.
They got a foul on Delane Young there. That's a tough break. And Roma will inbound the ball. That will be their Flower Bluff's 5th team foul. Delane Young first. That's Flower Bluff's 4th team foul, I guess.
4 is all I got.
That's all I thought it was. Boy, they changed that scoreboard in a hurry.
Now the other team's got 5.
Okay, driving underneath. Nice double clutch. If you can get away with it, you might as well do it.
Delane Young with another rebound.
Rick Fetty brings the ball down the floor. He's looking for some help, finds Delane Young over to Nate Nolan. Nate Nolan drives for 3. No good. Rebound by John Blaylock. Tried to get it. That's the end of the first quarter with the score of Flower Bluff 15 and Roma 10. You're listening to Flower Bluff Hornet basketball on Palms Radio. Rebound by Rick Fetty. He loses it. And Roma will come up the floor with it. Here come the Gladiators. Long shot from outside. No good. In and out. Rebound by Rick Fetty. Knocked away. And Delane Young comes up with it. Boy, he's just been a vacuum cleaner tonight.
He
Picking
really
up loose
has.
balls under there.
He sure has.
Nate Nolan drives underneath. He's still pretty far outside. Almost loses it. And they're going to get a foul called against
23, I think.
Luis Carrillo, I believe.
Oh, let's see.
Could be wrong, but let's see.
Yes,
That is not
it's
popular.
Either 22 or 23. Let's
That's
see.
team foul number 6 for Roma. So the Gladiators will be giving up the bonus for the remainder of
That went against Luis Carrillo.
So, Nate Nolan over to Travis Adams. Travis to Rick Fetty at the foul line, puts up a shot, finds Delane Young underneath.
All right.
Just standing there and nails it at 17-10. Flower Bluff is
That was execution there.
patiently working the offense, and that's probably what needs to happen. Roma looked like they were a run-and-gun team, and so far they've been having some trouble finding the basket. Long shot from outside. Good. Boy, that's Octavio Cantu. Nailed that one.
I mean, that was a good shot.
17-13. Here comes Nate Nolan. He brings it up. Nate Nolan outside to Travis. Travis to Nate Nolan. Over to Travis outside. Nate Nolan out front. Rick Fetty at the foul line. He puts up a quickie. It's good. It's 19-13. Flower Bluff almost invincible here so far. Nice shot, no good. Rebound by Travis Adams. He's in a hurry. There's 3, look at this, there's 3 guys back for Roma. Oh, and Travis does a great no-look pass. John Blaylock can't make the layup, though. What a tough break.
Man.
See, Roma is in an interesting situation the way they play. They leave 3 or 4, couple of guys back most of the time, so they're going to run down there and they're going to have to take a long shot. They get it underneath. That's 4 steps, no call. Rebound John Blaylock. Nate Nolan coming down the floor. He drives the basket, and we're going to get a foul. And that's a good thing because Nate Nolan was just taking step number 4.
Might have been Michael Jordan.
That's right.
Who was that on?
That foul going to go
11?
against, I believe it's 23, but let's see and to see what the call actually is. At any rate, that'll be the bonus. Nate Nolan going to shoot 1-on-1.
That's their 7th, yeah.
Their 7th foul already.
They still haven't shown who that was against.
They're working on it. And now we've got a little bit of noise to the free throws. First one is good.
There.
Hits the bottom of the net with it. And it's 19-13. 20-13 rather. 7-point lead again. Nate Nolan takes a step back away from the free throw line. Gets a little noisy in here when you try to throw free throws, doesn't it?
Sure does. All right, that foul was on Octavio Cantu.
Second shot by Nate is up, and it's good too. He buried it. It's 21-13. A lot of fan support, a lot of noise, but thus far the Hornets handling it. And really an odd situation. Driving the basket again. Roma loves to do that. They just go from the end of the world. They drive underneath. Travis pulls it down, comes down the floor with it.
So far, Roma just hasn't been making their shots too well.
No, and they've got Travis with a nice pass to Nate Nolan from 14 feet. No good. Rebound to Lane Young. Pulls it down, goes up, and gets
He's
hacked.
going to be fouled by number 50, I think.
That's exactly right. I do believe you've got it there. Ubaldo Garcia going to be called the guilty party on that one, and Delane Young will go to the line and shoot 2. Timeout, Roma. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Flower Bluff Hornet basketball on Palms Radio.
Doctors William and Mary Kraft, board-certified therapeutic optometrists, offer a thorough eye examination in a comfortable atmosphere. They have 3 offices, 5 Points, Sunrise Mall, and Flower Bluff. Their Bluff office also has an optical boutique with glasses in the value line starting at $45 complete. All glasses are personally inspected by the doctor before being dispensed. Delivery time is usually 2 to 3 days. Contact lenses are also available starting at $49 a pair. Most medical and vision insurance plans are accepted, Medicare, Medicaid, and TRICARE. Call for an appointment at 937-5993. Doctors William and Mary Kraft wish the Hornets good luck in the playoffs.
And thus far, they have been accompanied by good luck. 5:41 left to go in the second quarter. Hornets up by 8, 21-13. Delane Young at the line shooting 2. And something I've noticed about Roma is, as you've seen it, a couple times they've gone down the floor, and they're almost a fast, like they're going to go down, they're going to take one shot, and if they don't make that shot, they've already conceded that they'll turn over the rebound. Delane Young buries the first.
Yeah, you're right. They get right back down the other end quick.
2-3 guys. I don't know if they figured when they were watching. They scouted us, by the way, during the GP game at Gregory Portland. And maybe they figured that we're a run-and-gun team and they need to keep a couple of guys back. Delane's second shot is also good, and it's 23-13, a 10-point lead for the Hornets.
That's 8 points for Delane so far.
And a nice job of that he's been doing.
Not to mention that along with all of his backboards he's been bringing in.
Really? So, Roma, and you can tell by looking at them, they're not comfortable setting it up. They're trying to drive the basket. Oh, a tremendous foul there by Rick Petty. But no call, and shot goes in.
That was a nice overhead fadeaway
Really was.
shot by Luis Carrillo.
And the Gladiators almost living in a little bit of fear of how fast Flower Bluff's going to go. Gets it to Travis, who's going down. They're going to call that a clean block. Very nice play by Ubaldo Garcia.
Yeah.
Here come the Gladiators.
They've got speed.
They
That
sure
pass
do.
too really gets down there.
Shot is no good. Rebound by Delania by Travis Adams. And they're going to say that Travis Adams did catch. I'm sorry, that was Rick Petty. Rick Petty, as he was falling out of bounds, had the ball and tried to throw it off a player and looked like he missed.
Like he was
and he did miss. Yeah, they're going to say that he did miss. So Flower Bluff giving up the 3 thus far. That's no good. Rebound by Roma, and they'll get it out front. Another shot for 3 from the end of the world. It's an air ball.
Ubaldo Garcia with that rebound.
And they're going to say Flower Bluff ball, which is a correct call there. 23-15, 4:42 left to go. Roma just having real trouble getting something into the basket.
Travis Adams with the ball.
And they've got a strange
double team.
Yeah, and Travis, and they're gonna call double dribble on Travis.
That's a tough break.
Sure is. And yeah, Flower Bluff needs to just stay back and help him out a little bit there.
Yeah.
But at any rate, they'll inbound the ball. They get it in. Roma gets it. It's outside. They got it streaking underneath. The shot is up and good by Octavio Cantu. Roma is fast. The Gladiators are. John Blaylock with it. He puts it on the floor. And
We've got a foul on Cantu, huh?
Yeah, it is correct. John Blaylock will go to the line and shoot 1-1. So they're showing they have 3 fouls on Danny Rios up there. I don't know if that's what you have. I didn't see that. No, that's not the correct call for this
fouls on Danny Rios.
They're showing 3 from the last call.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
Well,
and Octavio Cantu, they're showing 3.
Well,
that's not right.
Give them a minute to get that squared away. Yeah, that's 2 for him.
Yeah, 2 for him.
So that'll be the 9th team foul. John Blaylock will shoot 1-1, 17 to 23.
There's a bonus now.
Yeah, they have been for a while, actually. The scoreboard keeper is just going nuts. John misses the first one. Rebound by the Gladiators, and here they come. It's a 6-point lead with 4:19 left to go. Roma brings the ball down, gets it over to the left side, and they're just content to try and drive the basket. Long shot from way outside, underneath. Now it comes out front. They're way outside. They get a lot of ball movement, but they're not setting up very well. No, their answer is drive the basket, and they'll either live or die by that.
And Rick
so
Petty
far,
brings in the rebound.
Yeah, it's tough to drive the ball against a guy like Rick Petty. So Nate Nolan with it, gets it over to Travis for three, no good. Rebound by Roma, and we're going to should have had a traveling call there, but got away with it. Long bounce pass is up, and it's good. 23-19. Long pass down the floor is picked off by Roma and comes back the other way. Long shot from way outside is no good. Rebound by hits the top of the basket.
Well, Flower Bluff inbounded. I believe that was KSC that made that last basket, wasn't it?
It's up and no good. Rebound by Delane Young. Delane gets it out to Nate Nolan, and Nate Nolan cross-court to John Blaylock underneath to Travis Adams. He's slaughtered. That's Oscar Franco, and the crowd wants to say that was a clean block, but Travis kind of like took a club over the head. I mean, it was
No way was that a clean block.
Yeah, this is an extremely partisan crowd.
Highly. And they're not all that worried about the delicacies of the game either.
Yeah, or reality. So Travis gets 1 and 1. First shot's good. It's 24-19. Just can't get over how big a crowd Roma has here tonight compared to Flower Bluff. Normally the Bluff fans out in force, but most of them following the girls tonight. Travis's second shot is good as well.
That's 4 points for Travis.
And it quieted it down a little bit. It's 25-19. Back to 6-point lead. 3:07 left to go in the second quarter. Octavio Cantu looking to drive. He's cut off, and Flower Bluff doing a great job of just cutting off that driving underneath, and that is obviously what they want to do.
An offensive foul there.
Yep, they're going to call a foul against Travis.
Oh, boy, that's a tough call.
That's
But
his
that's
second
what it is.
and the team's sixth. So we'll be in, I believe that's the team's sixth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got it.
Yeah, that 5 it is. 2:55 left to go. And Roma with the ball. Shot from way outside is an air ball. Rebound by John Blaylock. He gets it over to Nate Nolan. Nate. And then we're going to get a foul there. That may be on Nate Nolan.
Take it here.
Nope.
Nope.
They're going to say that was a moving pick, and it really was. The player was leaning a little bit to try and make that happen. Nate Nolan ran somebody over, and, Nate was going around them. And the player saw that he was going around him.
They've got that on Robert Rangel, and I give him 3 fouls. They show 2.
No, I think that other one was probably on Danny Rios.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes, you're right. 2.
Nate Nolan's first shot is no good, but it was a 2-shot foul. Nate will get another one. It's no good either. Rebound by Roma. 19-25. Flower Bluff up by 6, and here come the Gladiators. Bringing it up is Octavio Cantu. He goes to make a move to the basket, spins, puts it around. Nice play. Nate Nolan, Delane Young gets it into Travis Adams. Back to Delane Young. Delane looking to move the ball, loses it. And Roma with it. Dishes it out to the side. Shot for 3, no good. Rebound by Roma, and they'll set it up. Knocked out of bounds by John Blaylock. Nice defensive play.
Yep, that was a good play. That's by John.
25-21. 2:13 left to go in the second quarter. Sure is. Go. Excuse me.
Really defensive game so far. Neither team is shooting that well.
Coming into the game for the first time this evening is Alex Kraft. Coming out is Delane Young. So, Gladiators get the ball in the backcourt. Octavio Cantu brings it up. And he's just going to sit there and take his time. Nate Nolan comes out to pick him up. He passes it over to Robert Rangel. Robert Rangel moving around, guarded by Travis Adams. Now over to Valentino Carrillo. He tries to drive the basket, dishes it off. And now out to the far side. Again, Roma trying to drive the basket. It's good. 25-23.
Octavio
Flower Bluff with the lead down to 2. Travis Adams coming up the floor. Gets it to John Blaylock. Back to Travis Adams. Nice pick by John Blaylock. Gets it over to Rick Fetty. Rick Fetty looking for some help. Drives the basket. Finds Alex Kraft underneath, and he can't make the layup, but the rebound is good by Rick Fetty. Boy, that was a tough play to make for Alex Kraft. He was all over the place. Kind of looked like an octopus.
Backwards over his head.
It's amazing.
He almost did it.
That's right. Driving underneath. Ball's knocked away by John Blaylock, but retained by Roma. Shot for 3 is no good. Rebound by Nate Nolan. He came down on top of somebody and got away with that one. So, Nate Nolan bringing the ball up, not getting much help.
No, he's under a lot of pressure by Kraft.
Gets it over, and it's stolen away.
And that's on the floor.
And Rick Fetty is there, and boy, he just got in the way and made the play.
Rebound, too.
A unilateral stop.
Man.
He didn't block it. He just ruined the whole play for him. John Blaylock for three. Oh, what a great fake, and he lays it in.
What a move by John Blaylock. That's his first basket.
And
That's
we've got
big
a
one.
shirt on the floor.
I don't see anyone missing a shirt, do you?
No, I don't. It's a black one, actually. I think somebody was waving it, and it got away from him. What a great play by John Blaylock. He went to put up a three, made the defender commit, and then pulled it down and drove to the basket and laid it in for 2 points.
Yeah,
29 to 23. It's back to 6 points. As Flower Bluff getting around so far. 35 seconds left to go. Roma brings the ball down the floor. Gladiators with it. They'll play for the last shot. It looks like 30, 29, maybe not. They're going to drive the basket. They get underneath. Feed it way outside. A shot for three is up, and it's good. It's 29 to 26. Flower Bluff with it, and boy, would now be a good time to get a score.
That was
Travis
Oscar
driving the
Franco.
basket. No look pass to Rick Fetty, and they're going to say that was a clean block. That's hard to believe. And they're going to call an offensive foul against Octavio Cantu with 10 seconds left to go or not. That's exactly right.
Yep.
Wow. Big play there for Flower Bluff. So, Travis looking like he's going to inbound the ball. Don't understand that one. This should be a shooting foul, but I guess not. Travis gets it into Rick Fetty. Rick Fetty comes down with it. Nate Nolan to Travis Adams, 6-5. Travis for three, no good. Rebound by John Blaylock. It's good and a foul.
Yeah.
What a sensational play by John Blaylock.
And he caught that air ball falling away and got it in.
He just went up high. As it was coming off the basket, he was at the peak of his jump, grabbed it, chunked it in, and got fouled while he was doing it. It's 31 to 26. It's a 5-point lead, and John Blaylock with 2.49 seconds
Foul
has
on Robert Runhill, his third.
a chance to stretch it out to 6. What a tremendous play by John Blaylock. You see his reaction to that, too? It's not like he wasn't too fired up. Shot's good. 2.5, 2, 1. That'll do it. Long shot to the end of the world. Didn't even make the end of the floor. The end of the first half, the score is Flower Bluff 32 and the Roma Gladiators 26. We'll take a short break and